On the road. Looking for a win against an Eastern Conference rival. The Chicago Bulls are ready for this thing to get started. Here we go. We welcome you this Thursday evening as we get set for some exciting NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got Chris Webber and Greg Anthony with us. And from the sideline, we'll be hearing from David Aldridge. We take a look at the Pistons.
And they need to play much better tonight than they did in the first game. This is the second of 4 games between them this season, so a team they'll face often, they want to keep it competitive.
Well, you don't want to give an opponent the feeling that they got your number. And if you start the season 0-2 against them, that's the exact feeling you're going to get.
Caruso. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. It doesn't matter if they're the 2 best teams in the league or the 2 worst. Chris, when these guys get together, they're rivals, we know, it's always fun.
Kevin, when it's a conference rivalry, it's even better. They know each other so well, and that doesn't make them free.
For the Pistons, it's been a slow start here. It's a 5-point game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Earlier, David Aldridge spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. Dave, what'd you find out?
Well, Kevin, he talked about his team's defensive mindset. He said they have to be willing to sacrifice a little room in the paint if it means they stay tight on their outside shooters. He said it's no secret those guys attack from long range, and that's what we've got to stop. We'll see, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. Obviously, the 3 ball is a big concern for any defense. Here's Cunningham after the made shot from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And you can see why Cunningham elicits comparisons to Luka Doncic. Can control the pace of the game, very high basketball IQ, and shows a maturity beyond his years.
And Detroit has possession. Following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Over in the corner, Cunningham. Detroit, no good that time either.
The defense has done a good job of forcing him into tough shots this quarter.
Took him no time at all on that one. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 2nd basket of the night. And also like Doncic, Cunningham can put the offense on his back and carry.
He can put up 50-plus numerous times in his career because he has deep range, can break down defenders off the dribble, and if you run 2 at him, he will immediately find the open man.
Here's DeRozan. Can't hit that one. And it's Detroit the other way. Pass to Cunningham. Beyond the arc. DeRozan with the rebound.
He's disappeared this quarter. He can't get anything to drop. That's not going to help him get out of the hole.
That one falls.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Stewart a screen. Inside. Plays it up off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you have to bring much faster help than that.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And there's the foul. We're going Alex Caruso. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Here's Primo.
Substitution.
Over to the wing. Bay wide open, and he fires. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. To the inside. Here's DeRozan. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. DeRozan's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
.112 left in the first. Vucevic with the bucket.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Will it go? The shot will not fall. And the Bulls going the other way now. Pulls it from 20. Another one falls for Chicago.
Assisted.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Got a piece of it. Olynyk high post. To the middle. Here's Joseph. Rebound by the Bulls.
Man, when the ball's in his hands, that's as high percentage as it gets. It's just a fluke.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
Here's Primo. No good from outside. The Bulls leading by 20. Over in the corner, Williams. Down low. Here's Vucevic. And Vucevic throws it down.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, and it hasn't just been the offensive output. They're putting in the work at the defensive end as well.
The three from Joseph. And so it's the Chicago Bulls cruising into the quarter break with a 22-point lead. Defensive.
Running on to the court. Come on, get back for your Pistons
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Chicago?
They're showing a lot of energy in the open court here in the first half, pushing it every chance they get and racking up those points on the break.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover. And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
No, because it's gone dead silent in this arena. What a fantastic performance here on the road.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Saddiq Bey was the 19th pick in 2020 out of Villanova, and he made an immediate impact for the Pistons. Dwayne Casey said he's a coach's dream, adding he's made himself into one of the top three-point shooters of his class. A defender who's just scratching the surface. Guy's not bad for a rebuilding team.
You're right, they got a good one. Thanks. Here's Mitchell. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Healed outside. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
The big piece of a trade sending DeMarcus Cousins, Chris to New Orleans, Buddy Hield. He had to change teams in his second year in the NBA.
Yeah, I went through something similar. Getting traded early in my career. I mean, it's a joke to your system. This league is so hard to adjust to. You got to find the right opportunity. It's all about opportunity. Give credit to Buddy. He didn't let that trade affect his development.
And after 1 year at UNLV, Derrick Jones Jr. going pro back in 2016, he's gone from an undrafted project to a dunk contest champion.
Derrick Jones Jr., Greg, as we know, is a high flyer. In fact, he is a frequent flyer.
Yeah, I mean, all the physical tools you look for in a wing player, Kevin. Tremendous length and athleticism, and he continues to develop his skill set and capitalize on those gifts.
Buries it from three-point range.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Shot to stop the run. Stewart. Good D by Thompson.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Personal foul. Team second.
And he launches it from deep. No good on the quick three.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Yeah, and I have too, which is why they're okay with it. I'm sure if he gets that kind of look again, he's going to let it fly again.
Pass to Vassell. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Textbook, nice pass, great catch, even better finish.
And here is Mitchell. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
6 to shoot. Three-pointer, Hield. Again, Hield missing. And so it's Young who brings it up for the Detroit Pistons. It's off to Boston for him after this game as they take on the Celtics. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. It's really hurting him.
And we see teams around the league trying to integrate star veterans with talented rookies. Greg, it's not always easy, is it?
Not at all, Kevin. And a lot of times it becomes a choice between win now or win later. Though the teams with great coaching and development can oftentimes do both.
It's good from long range. Stewart's got his third basket of the night.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Screen by Jones. Three-pointer, Hield. No good there. The Pistons go the other way with it. From deep. Vassell, no good.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Here's Duarte. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Detroit shooting their first free throws of the game. The first free throw is good. Some changes for Chicago. That one falls, so he hits both of them. 40 seconds left in the first half. And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 in the game.
Largely because of that limp, Gilgeous-Alexander feeling confident attacking inside.
We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the half. Unloads. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Primo. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the try. Buddy Hield has been leading the charge for the... And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. To the paint. Here's DeRozan. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. DeRozan's got the first points of the second half here for the Bulls. Well, every team needs those energy players, Chris, who set the tone defensively, and Alex Caruso is definitely in that mold.
Absolutely. He's disruptive, gets a lot of skills, and he's athletic. He gives you some highlights, too. He got with his trainer, he changed his diet, and he slimmed down on Olynyk. Now he's showing a little more explosiveness as a result. Look, he may not be thought of as big for a center, but with his ability to go vertical, he sure plays big.
Pass to Bay. Down low. It's stolen by Vucevic. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. And DeRozan throws it down hard.
And that's the athleticism when DeRozan takes off like that. He is looking to ring the bell.
It's his first trip to the line.
That's his first personal
First one falls for him.
First team foul. At the line for Detroit.
No good on the second free throw. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Williams a screen, and a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. And the three off target. Pass to Olynyk. Inside. Miles. And he uses the glass on the layup.
You can count on Olynyk to move the ball quickly when he spots an open teammate, and that feed was phenomenal.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Drops in the layup for two. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 13 points.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. 3-on-3. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
And this is Gilgeous-Alexander's responsibility to find his guys when they're open.
To the left side wing. Pass to Primo. Pulls it up. Again, the Pistons score.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
The wide open look here for Vucevic. Sinks the triple. 11 points in the game.
Earlier in his career, Vucevic didn't take any threes. Now they become one of his staples in terms of his offensive game.
We've heard the calls for more diversity among head coaches, Greg. With the turnover this offseason came a lot of opportunity.
And Kevin, that's really what it's all about, right? The league's values of diversity and inclusion have been really pushed to the forefront. And I think that's one reason why our game is so popular globally, because it is so inclusive.
2 minutes.
Now, here's Dosunmu. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. 6 on the shot clock. Three-pointer, heel. Rebound by Olynyk.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time. Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
And Hield launches it from deep. Rebound by the Pistons. Here's Cunningham. And the layup's good off the glass. Cunningham's got his third bucket of the night.
Wow, 5 straight buckets coming out of half. They are rolling.
Pass to Hield. 1:04 left to play here in the third. It's deflected. Takes it inside. And then Hield with the dunk.
Good take. We all know Hill can shoot. But that threat of the outside, Jay, helps open driving lane.
Here's Cunningham. Can't cash in from close range.
I don't know if it's been the main factor, but his off night has definitely been one factor.
For Detroit, they have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple. And the first one drops.
At the line for Detroit.
And so he hits both.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Pass to Hield. Takes a 3. Buries the long-range jumper. Hield's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Hill is very efficient, an incredibly versatile, talented player. Lights out score.
Cunningham's shot is off. Jones in the post. Mitchell with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls. Way out in front. Their lead at 38 points.
Coming on to the court. Come on, get back for your Pistons game.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Detroit with the ball. Now Lee. And the dunk by Stewart.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And the defense has to be aware of this. When you don't put a body on him, you pay the consequences.
And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break chance. Now Detroit moving it up. Leads running, and it's off from three-point range. And it's DeRozan with the ball for the Bulls. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Well, they played a heads-up brand of basketball this entire game, and they've got the steals to prove it.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Got a hand on it. Now a timeout called by Detroit. Greg, playing most of your career in the 90s, the game has really changed. Less physical, more skilled, but what role has the league played in all of that change?
Well, the NBA is at the forefront of these changes. The competition committee that they have that meets annually to discuss ways to try to improve the game. Listen, they're not going to always knock it out of the park, but you have to keep thinking forward. And I applaud the league for their attempts to try to improve this game and grow it.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
And he drives in, and then Cunningham with the dunk.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G.A., the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 to shoot. Here's DeRozan. Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
And he just glides to the hoop on his drive. DeRozan's got plenty of force to his game. Don't get me wrong, but he makes everything look so effortless. Showing the quickness right there. Just tough to keep up with it.
Pick by Williams. On the wing, Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Vucevic controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And how about the hustle from Vucevic there on the glass, securing that precious second chance opportunity for the team.
Here he goes. And Cunningham with the slam.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
Greg, player movement is always a constant in the NBA, but with more players on the move every year, the power balance can shift in the blink of an eye.
And we've seen it with the Lakers, right? Just a few years ago. The Nets and a few others. Not everyone, though, loves it, but it sure keeps things interesting.
If there's ever a successful shot that still gets your coach mad at you, that's the one.
The shot's good.
DeRozan's hard to handle when he's scoring inside. The D doesn't know who to put on.
Sweet move. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You too.
And they get it back. Pass to Duarte. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Man, when you're playing from behind, that's the last thing you want to do. Make matters worse.
Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Caruso's got 4 this quarter.
Oh, I like the bounce pass there. He's getting creative.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Vucevic with the block.
Well timed by Vucevic. Not a center who piles up blocks, but this guy picks his spots. And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Bulls.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far. They've won 2 straight.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
What a teammate he was tonight, setting guys up for layups and open jumpers on what seemed like every possession.
Cunningham gets the bucket.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it has to be frustrating to catch fire when the game is already over. I mean, this is not the outcome they want.
And it goes out of bounds. The last touch by Stewart. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And you can tell he feels he should have had it still. The hustle was impressive.
Left side, DeRozan. Clock at 6. From the top of the key. And the shot is long. And Detroit has possession. Here's Duarte. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home to feel like.
Let it fit while the other one dead. Along came a chance, leaving one of them to share. Are they aiming at each other or the air? Go ahead, shot.